You guys, Beta Weekend 3 is over, and we've got some amazing games from some amazing teams. I'm Zael.
I'm Rankshis.
We're Guildsource. I'm just going to let the match speak for itself. Let the games begin.
In the blue corner, we have Team Paradigm.
Versus red corner, Super Squad of this. Map is Faux Fire.
Brand new map, new mechanics, super fun.
These classes from Team Paradigm, you can look up on their website. You can see a lot about them and their builds. Super Squad, however, we have all the builds here. Notice the weapons.
A little different than you would normally expect from a lot of these classes.
Yeah, Necromancer you would expect normally, at least Beta Weekend 2, you'd have, you know, your hatchet horn, and he's using staff. The Warrior is using the mace rather than the hatchet as well. I mean, the Guardian's not
Guardian has, he's got, of course, a two-handed greatsword, but he has a sword shield on his off, and I was going to say for the Warrior, I would expect like a rifle or something.
Exactly. So definitely they're branching out. They adapted very well.
Yeah, definitely like they're trying new things.
Let's see if it works for them. So the perspective we've got here, the Warrior, who we're currently on, is Fred ZW. And the Elementalist is Izkimar. Thief is Lowell. And he's got a nice dragon tail suit there. That's pretty sweet. And last but definitely not least, Necro Erho. So 3-2 split, going to mid.
Yeah, of course, contesting mid at the very beginning.
And they're just going to cap Quarry there and send the Thief to mid because it is a 4v4 here.
They immediately put the mark on Moldrin saying, you know, get this guy down, 100 blades, Frenzy, super scary.
Good point. Look at his health go down, and notice Red's health not going down much. So they're really doing well to focus down, and I don't know why there isn't any much damage on them to begin with. They're just doing very well. Good opening for Red.
They definitely got Moldrin out of there.
Necromancer joins from Quarry, so now they have 5 here to really claim superiority and sweep up, get it done.
Of course, you got to get middle, provide so much map control in general.
Yeah, the lane in the middle here is important. There's a middle lane from all 3 nodes, and you have to have mid in order to transverse those points.
Man, look at him, just focus firing, getting people down, and like the other team, Team Paradigm, does not seem to be doing that right now.
Zeph's trying to kite, but it isn't doing much for him because he can't do much abilities while he's kiting.
Right.
So there he is, almost about to go down. They're going to switch, though, because Moldran is back, and he's going to try to burst. He does have his cooldowns up, which means that this Necromancer is spamming 2, which is a chain blind. I did not expect that as an amazing response.
Great counter, great counter.
Yeah, chain blinding, that frenzy is not going to work.
If you'll notice right there with the invis stomp, so good. Nice to see people doing it.
Right, so he claims waterfall there, back at mid. They're sweeping up.
Oh yeah, they're just cleaning up right here.
So great mobility on Red's part. They were in the right place at the right time.
Super Squad is definitely starting this off strong.
Yeah, I mean, let's think about it. They have waterfall. They have Quarry from the beginning because that was their beginning node, the closest node, and they just got mid.
They just got mid, of course.
Essentially a triple cap.
Yeah, they're heading back to Quarry. If you just saw right there, look at the mobility on the greatsword of the Warrior. Covers so much distance so quickly.
Will it contest it? Yes. So he actually got it contested because of that. But notice Death Shroud mitigating his frenzy.
That was so good. Frenzy, 100 blades, so much damage so quickly, but immediately goes into his Death Shroud, just as you said, negating all that damage.
Look at his health. It's full.
Yeah, full health right now, and Moldrin's being kited around. Like, you just, you know, something you consider scary. You're just like, yeah, I can fight you.
Allowed Izkimar to swoop in and kind of get the 2v1, but he's going to leave because he thinks it's definitely done.
Oh yeah, they got this in the bag. Look, he's going down right now.
He's doing damage, but look, Rayon shows up. It is a 2v2, so they have to assure the stomp. He comes back.
They need to get that stomp.
Throwing up some regen, and he's going to go for that stomp. It looks like Erho was stunned.
Yeah, missed form stomping right now.
Oh yeah.
And back up he goes.
So he didn't get the res there, not because of Vengeance, but because of Rayon's Signet of Undeath.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So that's the only way he could have got him up there, and he did. So, but they're going to still retreat.
Yeah, trying to get away. Doesn't look like he's going to do it. Yeah, back down he goes.
They're going to try to get the stomp again, but there will be the knockback. And looks like Erho here is doing nuking on both of them, which is a good strategy.
Realizes he can't get the stomp, so you might as well nuke him down.
Look at the bleeds. Rayon did get the res there. Izkimar could have done the 3 air move and knocked Rayon back and get the stomp, but he didn't do that.
Venom build on the Thief right here, really nice to see even after they nerfed it. Not super effective right now, you don't have a lot of utility. Oh, and look at the banner, just picking him right back up. I love seeing those banners. Personally, that's something that I'm really looking forward to playing a Warrior and getting those banners out.
Yeah, I mean, the good use of that, he obviously used it at the right time.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
He had it up, so, I mean, they haven't needed it thus far, so it's really good to see them.
Yeah, might as well put it back on cooldown, use it when you need it, whenever that chance may be.
And they scattered because they wanted that battle.
They got mid.
So back at Waterfall, Teldo looks like he's definitely going to go down. It's a 3v1 here. Back at mid, it's a 1v1 as Sheen is fighting Fred.
Nice knockback.
That's not going to go anywhere. Both defensive builds.
Yeah.
Well, Not on Fred's part, he's a little bit, but it's definitely not going to go anywhere with a 1v1.
Yeah.
Another 1v1 at Quarry here, Zeph versus Izkimar.
It's really nice to see like a skilled Mesmer playing. I haven't seen a lot of them or casted a lot of them.
Swoops in, gets the burst.
That's so quick with that Frenzy Hunter blade.
Laying
Just
down
so much damage.
They're obviously going to get that. Back at mid, there's some action here from blue. Yeah, they're going to try to claim it once again. They need to claim this. I don't think they're putting enough resources here because this is super important and it's early game, so it needs to be capped.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And as you can see, they are not able to really have any superiority here, as red seems to be in the right place at the right time once again. They're anticipating the movement, and blue cannot recover from their deaths as they have to keep running back. And so, yeah, they can't recover.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw that. Moldran was trying to take this guy down, and he immediately spun away. It was really nice. Just good way getting away from that burst damage where you're immobilized. Yeah, good stomp.
Okay, so, but they noticed they didn't get Quarry before. they fought over it, but they didn't actually cap it, it looks like. So Zeph was able to swoop in and get the cap there. So now they're trying to come back. Izkimar versus Zeph once again. It is a 1v1. We'll see how this fight goes. He's got his pet up.
Yeah, not warrior. Elementalist Mesmer going at it again.
The Rain of Fire is good for combating those clones and allows them not to shatter if he kills them, so that'll reduce a lot of the damage there, which explains why Izkimar is still full health.
Right.
So that's going to be a stalemate there for the time being. They're going to try to kill Teldo over here at Waterfall, and they get it, but look at
that damage. It's so fast. Right, that is insane.
He didn't have stability, it looks like, because he should have got that stomp.
Yeah, he
the Guardian's
just
able to do the knockback.
If that was a second sooner, this would be a completely different fight right now.
He has stability now. If he got that stomp, that means he'd be 1v1, which means he might be able to cap this Waterfall in their favor.
Mobilized right then and there.
But instead, they're running away.
Yep.
Or Moldran's
running away.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, he's probably not going to get far.
See, he would have got a lot farther if they didn't have a chain immobilized there.
Or if he would have... Look at that number 2 immediately knocking people down.
Yeah, by the way, they're kind of thinking about whether or not they're going to have more classes doing that or less classes having an instant stomp denial there. Oh, notice the communication on Red's part because he turned around rather than continuing to mid and saw this 2v2 coming up here.
Yeah, I need to help your friends. Around.
So Red against 2 Asura. We got Teldo and Rayon. Thief doing a good amount of damage. I'm just a little bit surprised.
That Venom build, man, when you get it to work, it's still really good even after the nerf.
Yeah, I don't know why, I just don't see it. I haven't played Thief that much, but obviously gets him down.
Yeah, it's working well. And the stomp right now with the stealth. So
Rayon
good.
Comes to heal, but he notices that he didn't see the stealther.
He didn't see the thief because
he thought he might be able to pull it off.
And that was a nice little glitchy move right there. But
tried
still,
to dodge as he gets feared, but he will get the stomp there for sure. Back at mid, notice he's popping cooldowns.
Yeah,
but doesn't get the burst once again. Arrow responding perfectly with Death Shroud and kiting him.
Yeah, it works so well. Something that you consider to be really good. You know, you find a way to deal with it if you have to.
And honestly, that a little bit. Without that though, Arrow probably would go down to Moldran. So definitely. Fred swoops in.
And he was at full health, by the way, too. I don't remember if you saw that, but that was really good.
You can just that. Then what does a warrior have if Arrow is able to do something like that?
Right.
You know? It's just amazing to see that amount of he knows the mechanics and he's playing it well.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So as Sheen is here, so is Zeph, Izkimar, and Arrow now has moved here, so it's a 2v2.
That was a really nice knockback right there.
Yeah, knocked him off the points. Yeah. Sheen he knows this point, by the way. He did the bubble before, and he seems to be doing extremely well here.
Well, it's good to see him Moa again. This time just keeping on the fight as opposed to bursting him down.
Double Ice Elementalist. Notice he's choosing Ice as his chosen Elementalist element. Or I guess elemental element. Probably, I think they heal, I believe. So once again, healing and tanky. He's a conditioned sort of healer, but he will go down here even despite all that. But notice the response from Fred. Coming in.
Yeah, immediately heading over. And look at that mobility again right there. That great sword.
That Arrow did get Zeph down into a fallen state. So 2v1, he still did it. Amazing play. But it allows Fred to come in and make this a 2v2 once again. He'll try to get up on that.
Look at that bubble right there. Just keeping people off the point. That's so good. Without stability, you're not getting in.
Notice he throws on stability to try to get through that. I expected that.
Yep, there you go.
Now he gets back on the point.
Look at that burst damage. That's just so...
Yeah. But imagine that if Red had that point, Blue could have done that bubble there and got it contested.
Oh, for sure.
It's enough time to get it contested. Just an amazing area denial there in order to get that contested.
Immediately going into Death
Right.
Shroud
So
after
some
taking
good
some
plays for
damage.
sure, but notice
went
that
down.
just a bit ago, Blue did have 2 contested points and 1 taken point.
Oh, and the banner right there, bringing people right back up. That was so good and perfectly timed.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So despite that, though, Red has claimed mid once again, so that was a time that Blue could have turned it around, but Red's just responding very well, especially getting mid. Yeah, the banner, that was very good.
Yeah,
From,
I'm so looking forward to doing some more PvP and throwing down some banners.
well, and the Elementalist also has a utility skill that does that
Nice
well.
rally.
Oh, yeah, he rallies off the stomp there from Fred.
Yeah.
And doesn't he, Fred's like, I know you
Yeah.
got the stomp, so he leaves.
Yeah, you
very
got
good
this, bro.
coordination. Going back to mid to seal the deal.
Of course.
I mean, look at the points now.
You know, I hate to call it, but I think Super Squad's going to win.
Which, by the way, I don't know why. I mean, you hear a lot about Team Paradigm, and it's nice to see. Nothing against Team Paradigm, but Super Squad's doing extremely well here. They know what they're doing.
Yeah, and look how well it worked.
And here it is.
Yeah.
This is the win.
Good game.
Team Paradigm goes down for the first time that I've seen. Amazing play on Super Squad and Team Paradigm.
Yeah, that was a fantastic game.
All right, wow, surprising match for sure.
Definitely.
So you guys know there's a little bit of a rivalry between these two teams because, I mean, why not? Why wouldn't they?
Of course.
I mean, especially because sometimes you get competitive a little bit, and a little bit of a healthy competition can start arising. You know?
Everybody needs a nemesis, if you will. So
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Especially the best team. So yeah,
Agreed.
it'll be really cool. I mean, as the builds change and as the meta changes a little bit and stabilizes, it's going to really change how these teams, because it can completely throw off some teams and then put other teams in the lead. So it's going to be really cool.
Exactly.
All we got to do is keep up with these games, and it'll be really great to see who comes on top. So yeah, I mean, SS doing extremely well that game.
Yeah, really surprised for a team named Super Squad taking down Team Paradigm. It was just a phenomenal game.
Yeah, for sure. Like, I don't really know. All I could see was that they were moving around really well. And
there was a lot of great dodging happening, like constantly. They worked as a team all the time. They were avoiding taking damage when they should. They were nuking down people simultaneously when they should be doing that. It was just overall great teamwork.
Mind you, there's they had mid right from the get-go due to their good efforts. But at that point, it does have a snowball effect a little bit. But like I said, I think in the cast, it's like if you have to defend it well, and so there's a little bit of that. But
I mean, that's the point of having like mid in general is to have a point that you can easily get where you need to go and keep gaining points from it. It's harder to control, but once you have it, it's a great position to be.
Think about it, you guys. Like, if you don't have mid, how are you going to get to the complete opposite side? Waterfall to quarry. It's like you have to use that mid lane. If the enemy's captured, they're defending it, they're going to see you, they're going to get hit. It's a big complication. So that mid lane is a huge thing, and perhaps it needs to be redesigned a little bit. I don't know. I'm not saying it does.
No, I think it's fine.
What it does is, it just creates that block there, and that's sort of what Paradigm's saying a little bit, and among other things. So. The Necro Death Shroud, as an example of the SS playing really good. I mean, he avoided all the damage from Muldrin every time almost.
He was saving it for situations that he drastically needed it, and it was perfect every time. Muldrin, for example, would use his cooldowns and 100 blades, and it was just like, I can nuke down anybody with this, except a guy who goes into Death Shroud and takes no damage from it.
Right, and I'm sure there's even more to that.
Yeah,
it's hard to see exactly how he did it.
Yeah, I'm sure we can have an interview with him and find out exactly, but, it worked. It was fantastic. Like, it just done so well. It's great to see things that you previously thought were just too good, and now people are like, bring it on, I can take it.
And they didn't even use the Guild Lord this time around either.
Yeah, how did I forget? Like, that Guild Lord was like one of my favorite mechanics out of this map, and it wasn't even touched on, but that's the thing. Like, it should be used when you need to use it, or when it strategically makes sense.
Yeah.
Nobody needed it, therefore you shouldn't have to use it, unlike, Chieftain and Spawn.
Yeah, ideally the map shouldn't be that it's just every time you go for it.
Yeah,
like,
you
wouldn't
have
be
to
like,
do it.
Once every time you play Faux Fire, you get the Guild Lord. That'd be a little bit boring. It
Yeah.
has to be choice-based. And so right now, just the benefits aren't there, and think about it, if you take away any of the resources from any of the 3 nodes, then now you're more vulnerable to lose mid if you have it, which is just not
Yeah, to get the
worth
Guild
it
Lord,
right now.
you're going to have to drop what you're doing in so many points on that map. I mean, it'd be so cool one day, or not one day, but when it happens, to be like, all right, guys, 100 points left, it's getting really close, drop everything that you have or rush in the Guild Lord, and it'll be like, oh man, that match was so cool. We'll be so pumped to see it, but it didn't happen. They didn't need to do it. Nobody did, so it didn't. Nobody ever did it.
Yeah, exactly.
And I mean, that's where strategy comes in.
Going back to SS a little bit, like, I had the privilege of hearing them on Vent, and like, just really good call outs. They were noticing the boons on like Moldran, let's say, or any other person. They just called it out. You could, like, before even I noticed, they called people out that were, like, you know, mobilizing to a different area. They're like roaming, Moldran's roaming, he's going to Quarry. And so then the people at Quarry were like, oh, okay, I know to, like, think about that.
Right.
Constant call outs, constant boon call outs, really good focus fire. So, anyways, on Vent, they sounded very, very good.
I mean, that goes back to what we were originally talking about. Great team, great match, you know?
Exactly. Teldo, his Burning Engineer spec, there's a video about it. I don't think he was using that because the flamethrower changed and there's no longer the constant, not knockback, but pull towards the player. And it's just, he completely changed his spec, and I didn't see him be really effective this time around.
I don't know a lot about engineers in general, but there wasn't anything like popping out that I'm like, oh wow, that's clearly like an engineer thing that I don't know about. And I didn't see anything with the engineer other than like 2 times that I was like, oh, and now he's going down. So like, I didn't call out that it was their engineer, but it was.
So he probably was just playing with a new spec, and you know,
I mean,
maybe didn't find a niche at that time.
A lot of people say like engineers are like really underpowered and stuff isn't working. I'm sure somebody at some point is going to be like, I have these abilities, and you know, people are going to be like, damn, that is effective.
Right.
And that always happens. Like everybody who thinks something's underpowered right now, just wait like a month and somebody's going to, you know, blow your mind. Yeah. So
I think he was going like elixir. I think he had like a couple elixirs on his utility bar, so maybe he was just 30 in that spec. Yeah, so I'm hoping to make a compilation of all the really cool plays that happen.
Definitely.
So get some really cool like counters going, because there's already a few in this match. And once we get a lot more, I want to put them together and kind of like make it a weekly thing maybe as these games start rolling, and then show you guys just a good compilation, top 10 good plays. And that brings in you guys too. If you guys want to send in some footage, I'll put an email on the description here. I should say Zael@guildsource.com. And you can send footage there, bad plays, good plays, fails, and wins. And I could show you guys and give you guys some visibility, put you on the famous cam.
We're more than willing to just have some good plays on our channel.
Exactly. So if as the game comes out, if you guys have anything, throw it our way.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much all I got. So yeah, we're Guildsource, and I hope that you enjoyed this awesome match. There's more to come.
Definitely.
And so we'll see you guys next time.